210.
Go to your socials now and tell everybody that you love
Football for Dogs.
It means they're funnier earlier.
Football for Dogs.
I guess we should just get started here.
Yeah.
Whoa, I forgot that I opened my beer. It's been 1 second. I already spilled it on my hand. Well, I guess that's a good way as open it as any. I don't know if that was English.
I like the Mike's Harder, but I don't like that it tastes so much like alcohol.
So, ugh. What the fuck?
Is that a sour beer?
No.
No, it's an IPA.
It's this Don't Float the Mainstream Hazy Double IPA by Sweetwater Brewing Company.
Your first mistake was buying an IPA, and your second one was buying a double IPA.
Okay. So I made the same mistake twice in one purchase.
Exactly.
True.
Aren't you going to introduce me to your fans?
Oh, yeah. Well, hey, I was trying to let the conversation flow a little bit before we got into the technical aspect of it. This is Football for Dogs with Michael. You guys probably recognize me, or you don't. I don't know. It's hard to say. We don't have that many listeners right now. But today we're joined not by Nathan, but by my girlfriend Caroline. On this very special day. It's April 20th, 2023, 24th anniversary of Columbine, and some other anniversary date of Hitler's birthday.
I thought that you were going to skirt around it and be like, some other anniversary of some guy.
No,
you're
it's,
like,
it's pretty much Hitler. It's his birthday. I keep that. Much. Yeah, I keep that in my calendar. There were a bunch of junky drug addict, drug rug wearing poncho potheads walking around all today. I'm not a fan of that. It's a somber day at best. The deaths of hundreds of thousands of teenagers at Columbine.
That is not where I thought that was going to go.
And probably 13 or 14 Jewish people.
Stop. I shouldn't be laughing. That's really not funny at all.
Between 1939 and 1945. Stop. No. See, you have to find it funny or the viewers will come after you for being a woman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My bad.
The listeners.
My bad.
We don't have any viewers unless you're talking about people who are pocket watching me because I'm so
pocket watching you. What does that even mean?
All of my
They're watching your pockets.
You never heard the term pocket watching?
No.
It just means you're looking at what my mom fucking pocket watches me. She's like, you bought $5 worth of Legos? I thought you were getting a second job.
Oh. That keep track of your money?
Yeah, she's trying to keep her hands in my fucking pocketbook.
My mom got me a pocket watch for Christmas when I was in 6th grade, and I would take it to school.
That's actually awesome.
It was from Hot Topic.
That's some shit that I would have done because I watched Doctor Who when I was a kid.
And kids at school would be like, yo, what time is it? I would pull out my pocket watch and be like...
It's like a group of black kids standing on the wall like, yo, white girl, what time is it?
No, it wasn't like that.
That's how kids would do me at school. Like when I broke my glasses and I broke the arm off of one side, so I essentially had a pair of opera goggles that I had taped the one arm back on, so I could still use them. But if you were looking at me from the left side profile, you couldn't tell that I was wearing glasses except for essentially a horizontal black line an inch
just
in front of my face.
floating in front of your face.
And people would be like, I thought you wore glasses. And then I would turn towards them and they'd be like, oh. Which I think I talked about with Nathan one time before, and it wasn't
so
that
you're just
funny.
reusing your bits and stories.
Yeah, pretty much. We're not even 10 episodes
but
in,
Nathan
and I've
wouldn't laugh
already
and
run
I
out of
would.
material.
Nathan won't laugh, and I will.
No, Nathan would definitely laugh at that. No, the reason that I brought it up on that other podcast was because he took some fucking creep shot of me while we were in a store together of that side profile where you can't see that I'm wearing glasses.
Where is this photo?
I don't know. I can find it for you after the recording, but he sent that to me, and I had completely forgotten. You can hear them. You can hear the pen rip on the mic.
Can you?
She's smoking weed.
I don't care.
Degenerate junkie.
I'm sorry. I'm an addict. It's in my blood. I can't help it.
Yeah. It's in your blood?
Yeah.
How do you mean? I've met your family.
Yeah, my family's full of some crazy people.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? My dad's a straight up addict.
No, I don't know if he's an addict.
He has
I don't
want
to call him out like that.
Well, no, I don't mean that in a negative way. I just mean that he has like an addictive mindset where, for him, things are like all or nothing. Like his addiction that he's battling is Mountain Dew.
No, he gets addicted to weird shit. He's like, oh yeah, I can't stop sitting on my couch and playing PGA golf.
Yeah. Literally, he's like addicted to playing online golf. Like he'll like stay up till 4 a.m. on a work night playing online golf with his other 50-year-old friends.
I'm addicted to trying to cool guy my own dog to impress my cat.
Literally, he acts like so nonchalant in front of Cookie when Leia's in the room. Yo,
I knocked
Michael's
over
over here knocking the set over.
It's not a set.
It's
my room.
He's knocking the set over.
I live here.
He's knocking. We got to get someone in here to fix this.
We don't have any kind of cash inflow for this podcast. There's no set.
He's tearing down the soundstage.
Bro, this is the equivalent of somebody who's like a lawyer living out of their office.
Like Uncle Jim?
Yeah, like your Uncle Jim. Is he the one whose house had a fucking...
Yes!
Like a squirrel?
Okay. Well,
you can tell the story
Can
about your younger brother using the bathroom.
So my dad lived in Michigan for like 5 years, and he lived with my Uncle Jim, who's his older brother. And Uncle Jim is technically a lawyer, but he's like the shystiest, like shittiest lawyer ever. He has horrible reviews. Like, he's just a horrible lawyer. Except he always like flexes that he's a lawyer. Like, he'll like...
Wait, what was that? There was that one review that your grandmother was talking about.
Oh yeah, it was like I walked in and they called me names.
Yeah.
It's like Google reviews.
I walked in and they called me fat and I had to leave.
Like, he can be calling anyone fat. He's like 500 pounds.
He's fatly sitting in his office waiting for the next client.
Anyway, he has this law office called Law Office of Jim Redacted. And
is it really redacted? I
yeah,
think I've probably said your last name before.
Really?
No, probably not. I don't think
I don't like. Why would you be saying my full name?
I don't think I ever say your last name.
You dropping my full name.
Anyway,
full government name. Anyway, Jim pretended like he had all this money, or he still does, but he like really doesn't. Like, he's super fucking poor. And his house...
That fucking gag that he does where he drops a $20 bill.
Oh my god! He does this thing. He does this thing where he'll drop a bunch of money. Like, he'll drop $20 or $30,
it's not even
whatever.
A bunch of money. He drops like two bills that aren't like single-digit increment dollar amounts. I completely forgot about that.
He did this to me when I was a kid, and all the time. And I never caught on until I got older. But he'll drop like $25 on the ground, like very discreetly when he's around a lot of people, and then like obviously somebody's gonna pick it up.
$25.
So like obviously somebody's gonna pick it up and be like, "Hey, you dropped this," and he's always like,
it's
he's
cool.
like, no, you can keep it. You can keep it. Because he's trying to flex how much money he has, and I bet that was like his money for dinner or something. He's like, but he's eating
got
drywall.
Like $85 for the rest of the month, and it's the 21st.
He's like eating drywall at night, and he's like, but it was
I
all
believe
worth
that's why
it.
there's holes in his fucking house. It was all worth
it. But anyway, he lives in this like shitty ass, rundown ass house that has like holes all in it. I've never been there because I've been to Michigan, but I was like a little kid. Like, I never went to visit my dad when he lived up there.
Yeah, I'd never been to Michigan.
But, Kale, who's my little brother, he's 16 now, but he was like 13 or 12 when this happened. And Carter, who's my older brother, he stayed there when COVID first started. Like, it was his spring break of his freshman year at college. And he went to stay with my dad for spring break because his college was it was like a close drive. And so he went to stay with my dad for spring break, and then he didn't leave for like 4 months because he couldn't go back because COVID hit right then.
Oh,
so
did he have like an early spring break?
Yeah.
Like he didn't know that COVID was a thing before he left, and then
like nobody knew that COVID was a thing before he left, and then when he was supposed to go back, it was like
the Wuhan people definitely.
Okay,
knew.
I mean nobody relevant, an American,
bro.
So,
nobody relevant in America.
Let me continue my story, Mr. Interruptee.
Well, what? Just you know how they said that shit was caused by like some guy eating bat soup, and then it came out like earlier this year that they were like,
he had sex with it.
No, what? That is like a rumor. That is a rumor that people spread about AIDS. First of all, I don't think that even has anything to do with COVID. The thing with fucking an animal is like the rumor that was going around in the 80s was that
but the
some
HIV
guy
virus,
fucked a monkey,
but the HIV
and got HIV from that, and then fucked somebody else after they fucked the monkey.
But you know that the HIV
it.
virus does originate from apes.
Yeah, because humans have it.
Yeah, but it originated from non-human apes. So somebody had to have been getting in monkey cheeks. They were putting their banana in the monkey cheeks. It's funny because they like bananas. Yeah.
They were completely doing a fucking banana split.
They were going bananas.
This thing, yeah, they were completely going bananas on this thing that can't give consent.
People do it all the time.
Yeah. What did you just throw at me?
Some fuzz.
It hit the mic.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I will never throw fuzz at you again.
It's the loudest fuzz I've ever heard.
I think that was my thumb hitting the mic.
I don't think people were getting it in with monkeys.
Anyway, let me finish my story about Uncle Jim, please.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying, it wasn't caused from bat soup. Okay, it was like somebody made
the AIDS thing.
Somebody made a disease in a lab in that Wuhan conservatory or whatever, and it got out. Like that's what caused it. It was not a bat.
Let me finish my story. So my brothers have both stayed with my dad. If you even remember where the start of this story was, maybe rewind if you need to. But
they don't need to rewind. Your brothers were staying with your uncle in Michigan.
But they weren't staying at the same time. Like, they've just both happened to stay there. They didn't stay at the same time. Anyway.
Oh, well, I'm lost now.
I'm just saying that this is an experience that they have shared that I have not.
Uh-huh.
Is the thing moving?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, this is the number you want to watch.
Okay.
Sorry, we're talking about the playback recorder on
Sorry.
the fucking
distracted.
Audacity application for desktop Windows 10.
I was just trying to make sure it's still recording. Anyway.
Yeah, it is. As long as the number's
I was talking to them one time, and we were just, like, talking about Uncle Jim's house, and, like, just, like, him as a person, and they told me that there were, like, squirrels and raccoons living in the walls, and that you could, like, hear them running around in there.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad corroborated the story, because he lived there for a hella long time. And they told me that in front of the toilet, there's just a huge hole in the floor.
Like when you're facing it?
Yeah. Like when you're sitting on the toilet, there's just like in between your legs on the floor is a huge hole in the floor. And Carter told me that one time he was taking a shit and a raccoon came and poked its head through the hole and was just like staring at him, and he didn't know what to do, so he just stared at it, and then it like retreated and scurried away or whatever. But Caleb said that like squirrels and raccoons, when you're pooping, will just like come and look at you through the hole, like not do anything, just like look at you while you're shitting there.
Is that the bathroom that your uncle uses too? Is there like one in the whole house?
Probably. I don't know. He probably can't even move himself to go to the bathroom.
How do you have a hole in the floor in front of the bathroom like that?
He
like
doesn't give a fuck. He literally doesn't care at all. He could not give less of a fuck.
You sit on the toilet
that squirrels can look at you through.
Your fat ass uncle was sitting on the toilet for too long and his legs went numb and he fell forward and his knees put the hole in the floor.
What if he listens to this? He's gonna be like, damn, they're calling me fat.
What if he listens to it and he's like, damn, they figured out where that hole came from?
Yeah. Well, now I feel bad about being mean because he bought one of your shirts.
That's not mean. I'm not being mean to him. That's hilarious. If he was doing it for money on Patreon, I would be a subscriber to his fucking cause. I would be a patron on his page if he was doing some fucking classic Chris Farley fatty fall down 90s style comedy.
There's this also he's like really rude to waiters and servers and stuff and always tips like 5%. And
dude, tipping 5% is worse than tipping nothing.
But he has this like little woman.
Actually, no, it's not.
He has like this little woman that he drags around with him everywhere who has Down syndrome. And he calls her his best friend, and he literally just takes her everywhere because it makes him look good to be really nice to people with disabilities. And so he'll just
she's like his PR campaign.
Yeah, so he'll just like take her around to like diners and stuff and take pictures of her and post them on Facebook. And he also has a school bus that he bought when I was like in middle school, and he painted it white.
Is it a short bus?
No, it's a regular one.
Oh, a regular one.
Okay, it's a long bus.
Oh, okay.
And he'll just like load her and all her like down friends up and just like drive them around town.
Going to the school prom, like, guys, we got a limo, and somebody rolls up and it's just a regular school bus. No, it's one of those party buses like they have on the regular show. They paint it black, have the cash cab ceiling on it where all the lights are different, like God. Square cells. A stripper pole on a school bus?
That's what party buses have.
On a school bus, though? They're kids.
But you just said it's a party bus, not a school bus.
A party school bus for children going to prom in a limo. You want them to be on a stripper pole?
Okay, never mind. My bad. I misunderstood the situation.
I feel like
I thought this was a safe space.
If that was somebody's job is to drive that bus, every application has to be vetted like 3 times more than when you apply to like the NSA or something. Like they have to call all of your family members and ask if you've ever made any joke about like
God.
Being attracted to children or something like that, even in poor taste.
There's like a little window in the battery of this pen to like see what level your card is at, and it's so dim and dark you cannot see anything. It just looks like a black line.
It looks like a decal, bro.
It does.
You got a racing stripe on your weed pen.
A racing stripe.
Yeah, like Bumblebee.
I need to put some stickers on this.
Well, Bumblebee has 2 racing stripes, I think.
Bumblebee.
Is that what down the middle
Bumblebee has a striped penis.
I don't think he has a penis, bro. He's a transformer. What would he need with a penis? What would he be doing with it?
Having sex with the other Transformers?
Optimus Prime's jerking him off. Bumblebee!
Stop! Don't make the motion.
No. That was just kind of instinctual.
Like, no,
I don't know why. I'm holding the jewel in my... I'm jerking the jewel off.
The jewel off. It's like...
What does Optimus Prime's voice sound like?
I don't know. It's like...
Bumblebee.
It's like this.
I don't think it's like that. You're talking like HAL 9000.
No, I'm not. I'm talking like Optimus Prime.
I'm basically Jesus. You know who else is Jesus that should link up with Optimus Prime?
Who?
The big fat white lion from
Narnia?
Yeah.
Yeah, that basically just was Jesus.
It is Jesus.
He's supposed to be like God.
C.S. Lewis is like...
He's like really religious.
He's like the quintessential born-again Christian.
Yeah.
Because he did a bunch of like Reddit atheist crusading 100 years before that became a thing. And then he was like, actually... Don't call Reddit atheism based. I'm completely rolling my eyes on this side of the mic.
I'm saying Reddit atheism 100 years before it existed is based.
Oh yeah, that'd be pretty cool. If there's like James Joyce
Like, that was
included a
actually pretty
line in Portraits of the
unpopular
Artist
idea.
as a young man and was like, the narwhal bacons at midnight or something that. That would be beast.
At midnight.
That would actually be so beast.
When I was
I
like
feel
in
like
second
James
grade.
Joyce could have been a Reddit atheist. He
When
didn't
I-
shower.
When I was like in second grade,
He's
I was a
afraid of
Reddit
water.
atheist.
You were?
Yeah.
In second grade?
Yeah.
How is
That
that
was, like,
possible? I mean, I
because-
feel like that's their demographic.
Because when
R/atheism is just
because
a
as soon as
cohort
I
of second
turned like
graders.
as soon as I turned like 6, my dad was like sitting me down like, you know, God's not real. And I was
When
like,
you were 6?
yeah, he was like, other people believe in this thing called God and Christianity. Like, he would explain it to me and be like, but it's just not real. And I was like, okay. So then I would go to school and just like terrorize my fellow second graders.
In the Bible Belt, too, though. I
Well,
feel
honestly,
like that's
they
kind
would
of
terrorize
irresponsible
me.
of your dad. He's just setting you up to
Well,
get bullied.
You know, like, he didn't even want us to celebrate Christmas or anything, but my mom wanted us to be normal and not get bullied.
See, but celebrating Christmas because you're not religious is so gay. Because Christmas is just like that is like the most commercialized,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
non-religious
Christmas.
secular holiday in the world.
You've been to our Christmas. There's literally
Yeah,
nothing
all I do
religious
at your
about
Christmas is I day drink and take too much Adderall the whole day, and then I rip your weed pen the whole time, and I talk to your family members like I've lost half my brain matter.
Oh, when I was on the phone with my grandparents this morning, they were giving me career advice to give you. Because they asked about you, and then I was like telling them that you're still... Well, I mean, not just, but you know what I mean.
Bro, straight
And-
up career advice from people that aren't doing the thing that you want to be doing and are more than 10 years on either side of your age range is probably useless.
It was actually kind of good advice, though.
Well,
But they
let
went
me be
on.
the
They
judge
went
of
on
that.
for like 20 minutes just talking about what you should do. But they said that you need to look up this thing called the Occupational Handbook, and
It already sounds lame.
well, they're old, so they're like obsessed with books.
They're obsessed with fucking handbooks, bro.
They thought that I was gonna go get it from the library because I was like, oh, I'll look it up later. And Toddy was like, oh, that's a good idea. You can look it up. I was thinking you could go get it from the library. I was like, dude.
Like the school library?
Yes!
I don't
I
even
was
go to the
like,
college.
bro.
I can't check it
No,
out
he
from
meant
the
me.
library. Oh.
But he was saying that a lot of government jobs will pay for your school if you make a contract to work for them for like 3-5 years, whatever.
Yeah, but the job that I do already pays for my school.
Yeah.
And I don't have to sign a contract. I can
mean,
quit
that's
in the
fair.
middle of the semester and they'll pay for the rest of it and then I'm cut
That's
off.
fair. Are you going back next semester?
No, probably not. I don't know.
Okay.
I've completely lost my scholastic ambition. Well, no, that's not true. I really like school because I was a gay little nerd and I like getting home. Like, ooh, another 98.
I made a good grade.
Another 98% on this test.
Ooh, my tips came in. Let's see how much I made.
Yeah, let's get the live reaction. First
Live reaction.
live podcast. We're checking the pay stubs.
I made for my 4-hour shift tonight, $85.
You didn't let me finish the drum roll before you said it.
But I thought that it was time for it to be over.
You see how long that silence sounds?
You can imagine how he's looking at me right now.
Yeah. I'm
I
pretty much
really
looking
want
at
to
it
eat my
like a
burger.
Samsung emoji.
I really want to eat this McDouble that's sitting in front of me, but Michael's not going to let me.
I'm not even kidding. If you want to eat that burger right now, you have to walk into the corner of the room
Okay,
because it's going to pick up on the mic.
I am. I'll be right back.
You're going to eat the whole burger and leave me here just to talk by myself? Here, what can we talk about? While
little.
they can still hear you.
Yeah.
A little bit. It sounds like you're really far away. You're not even that far away. Pretty close, actually. I went to Five Below yesterday. For anyone who listened to the I shot myself in the head with the tummy ache ray. Oh, I'm sorry, I dropped something. Anyone who listened to the Michael solo episode 8, I believe it is. I talked about going to Five Below. And I mentioned that I got these off-brand Lego sets that are Five Below branded. It's like a off-brand Lego company called Block Tech. And they have this theme called anime. But as far as I can tell, it has nothing to do with anime or like even Japanese culture in general, because it is literally just like depictions of Chinese people. I bought 2 of these like Chinese figurines, and I'm going to build one of them after this podcast or maybe during it or something. I don't know. She's back.
Sorry, did I brush the mic with my sleeve?
No, I think it's fine.
Okay.
And then I also got this Minions poster for Illumination Minions Rise of Gru Rocket RP18099 from Trends Posters.
Oh, I love some Trends posters.
It's like every single poster I have in my room that I didn't personally design or was gifted to me by somebody with more money than me.
Me?
Yeah.
At the time.
Yeah, I think that's true for everything in my room here, because every poster
where'd
that
your
I have that
calendar
wasn't
go?
caught fire... I don't know. Where did my calendar go?
I don't know.
I just noticed it. Here, we're gonna take another hiatus away from the mic for Caroline so that she can go check if the nail is still on the wall. Because I have this picture of the print for Ivan the Terrible and his son,
The nail is still on the wall.
but I can't remember who the painting's by. Do you know who that's by?
Ilya Ripin?
Oh yeah, Ilya Repin. It's probably their most famous work of art. It's like all these Persian rugs and stuff, and then the look on his face is like, I think that's what people care about for the poster, is how gaunt and like, I don't know. It's like a look of trauma, visible trauma on his face. And then right next to that, I had this goofy ass 12-month like flip calendar poster of Dragon Ball Z stuff.
Don't call it goofy.
It is pretty goofy. Next to that, like, serious, like, brooding, clearly meditative work about somebody dealing with the death of somebody else through this historical recounting. And I have, like, Krillin doing the fucking Good Burger pose with Goku next to it for the month of April.
The Good Burger. Have you ever seen Good Burger?
No. I haven't seen a lot of, like, the quintessential golden age of Nickelodeon
That used to be Kale's
stuff.
favorite movie for like 3 years straight.
I don't understand that, because he's, what, like
16.
7 years younger than me?
Yeah.
6 years younger than me? I've never seen that, because I felt like it was past my time
It's a good movie.
already.
It came out in like 1998 or something.
I don't know.
It's not that old.
Your family might have been the people that made me aware of what Good Burger was. I watched TV.
It's because it's an amazing movie.
I had, like, TV autism about watching only animated shows for the longest time. I would watch animated shows and fucking Zoe 101 and The Big Bang Theory.
That's like the only Nickelodeon show that I didn't watch was Zoe 101.
Really?
Yeah.
I kind of hated Jamie Lynn Spears.
Yeah, she's a fucking bitch.
Okay, but on camera she was just a kid, and she was super
Yeah,
annoying.
and she was still a cunt. Like, and then she whored herself out, and that's why they had to end the show.
Well, the one nerdy girl had to quit the show because
Yeah, she was like getting bullied.
Jamie Lynn invited Brittany to the set and got her to, like, berate the...
Yeah.
I can't even remember what her name... I think her name
Nicole?
is Quinn on the show.
Her name's Nicole, right? What's her
I don't
last
know.
name? Nicole something?
I don't know. I couldn't have even told you Nicole. I'm pretty sure her name was Quinn on the show. But all I remember from Zoe 101 as far as, like, specific plot lines go is that Zoe had a younger brother who I don't even know if he was, like, allowed to go to the school because he was so much younger than her.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what
This is
age
in the
range
show,
was covered
right?
by PCA. Yeah. They went to this Pacific Coast Academy, which I guess was, like, a boarding school for rich kids or, like, aspiring
yeah, like in
actors.
California.
Something like that. I don't know exactly what the premise was, but her on-screen brother was there, and Quinn would always use her as, like, the lab rat for her experiments, and she did this one that was essentially, like, doing the Russian sleep experiment, but on TV, where she put him in this, like, clockwork orange contraption that kept his eyes held open all the time, and if it had, like, a detector to see if he was falling asleep or getting tired, and it would, like, shock him or spray him with water or something, just to, like, see if it could keep him awake for a week, I think was the experiment.
She's gonna kill him.
And, like, midway through the episode, he was, like, genuinely going insane, and he was, like, trying to find ways for people to blackmail her and, like, convince her to take this fucking contraption off of him, because he couldn't sleep or get any work done or do anything. He was just, like, zombie mode, like, eyes half open, heavy lidded, like, you see his eyes droop, and it, like, sends a full body shock, and he jolts up. I might be remembering it as more gruesome than it actually was.
I was about to say, you remember these details. I've never seen this in my life.
Well, you didn't watch the show.
Did you watch iCarly?
Yeah. I watched iCarly when it was coming out, and then I watched
we watched the new one.
Well, we watched part of the new one, and we rewatched, like, pretty much the entire old show, which is, like, fine.
I like it.
But the whole premise revolves around their web show, and the web show fucking sucks dick.
Yeah, the actual, like, iCarly show within the show is horrible. It's not good. But the plot of the show is good. I like Spencer.
It is, like, the bastardization of, like, the shittiest Smosh gags in the world, and they get their president, like, that is, like, they're not, like, their president, their principal.
Their president. You're literally saying president because he's black and looks like Obama.
Well, he was their stand-in for Obama. They hired him because he looks like Obama.
I can read your damn mind, because I knew you said president because you were thinking about how he looks like Obama.
I was, and I was about to bring it up, so it's not really an own, and you're calling me racist or whatever for saying he looks like the guy.
I'm not saying you're racist.
They hired him because he looks like he should be some other, like, straight-laced black politician with a little funny, kind of sensitive side, like Obama.
Okay, continue.
But you know what's the difference between that guy and Obama?
What?
That guy was born in the U.S.
Stop! Not this again. I just can't with, like...
Obama's Kenyan Muslim.
I will not entertain this theory.
That's my funny. That's, like, the best thing that old people say about Democrat politicians is
Obama's a secret Muslim.
That he's a secret Muslim, quote unquote, and that he's a Kenyan Muslim. That is my favorite thing.
It's so random. It's like why out of all the countries?
He has no accent, a birth certificate from Hawaii, like...
He's obviously American.
Every point is in his favor for being an American guy, and they're like, yeah, that guy's totally a freaking Colombian or Kenyan Muslim. He's totally hiding out in DC from the people who know where he's from.
Why are you talking like an Australian surfer?
I'm not talking like an Australian surfer. That's like what people from Philadelphia that got through 10th grade and then dropped out sound like.
I don't know anyone from Philadelphia.
Well, yeah, because you're from Alabama. I know people from Philadelphia.
Okay.
Yeah.
My bad.
I almost went to school there if I didn't have a snow day on the day of my University of Pennsylvania application meeting. I don't think it was
the snow day's fault.
It definitely was, because if I went to school, I would have gone to that interview, but because there wasn't any school, I got high at 9 a.m. and spent the whole day.
Yeah, it's the snow day's fault that you got high at 9 a.m.
It was. If I had gone to school, I wouldn't have gotten high at 9 a.m.
You know what? That actually is an amazing point that you're making.
It is. It's valid.
Is it?
Yes, I set it up.
I'm invalidating you.
I went to school an hour away from where I lived. Mm-hmm. There was a snow day. I was like, great, free day. I read that on the news, boom, instantly I'm rolling up. I see that news announcement. I wait for my dad to go to work. I open the window and let the cold air into our heated house and crank up the heating bill on purpose just so I can smoke inside.
Well, it's not like you were the one paying the
and
heating
then
bill.
Well, no, of course not. But I care about my dad's money.
I don't.
I care about my dad. Don't say you're not even part of this.
I'm inserting myself.
And I was like, sweet, no school. I have nothing to do today. So I got high
But that's not the
immediately.
snow day's fault that you didn't remember.
That might have been the day that I woke up, saw that it was a snow day at like 6:30 in the morning, and then I dropped acid at like 7 a.m. and I was coming down at like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. So even if I wanted to go to that interview, which like I did want to go to when I made the appointment, but
Well, I'm glad you didn't go.
if I had showed up, I would not have done well, I don't think, because it was just me talking about all of my accomplishments in a booth in like a Panera Bread or something across from where I went to school. And I think it would have just sucked.
Yeah? Are you glad you didn't go?
Well, I don't know. Because if I'd gone to UPenn for free, I probably would have finished school.
But you might not. You might have a different girlfriend.
Maybe. Probably not, though. I think if I'd gone to UPenn, it would have turned me gay because of all the liberals.
You know what? I thought you were about to say something really cute and nice and be sweet and nice for once in my life. But you were just... You were not nice.
Why?
You
What
said
did
you're
I say that
gay!
was- No, I said that if I had gone to a liberal school with flaming liberals, it would have turned me gay.
Flaming liberals.
That's something my grandmother used to say.
What the fuck
She
does
would
that
be
even
like,
mean?
all these flaming liberals in the classroom. She told me that, like, I learned that term.
What do your parents, not your parents, what do your grandparents think goes on?
I don't. They watch like fucking Cinemax or something.
If you don't let me hit the jewel, I'm actually going to explode
bro,
into
please,
a million
please have some
pieces.
decorum. You're being recorded. I was telling a story about something you don't care
Like you
about.
didn't
so
interrupt
let me...
my story a million times earlier.
Okay, well, it's my show.
Okay. The way that you're being like so for real right now too.
I'm not even. I'm pretty much joking 100%.
No, I think you're being like really for real.
No, this is my classic facetious style.
Well, go ahead then, Mr. Host.
I don't remember what I was saying because you
I
completely
don't
cut me
remember
off.
either because I'm stoned
in
and
a
drunk.
womanly style. No, my middle school history teacher. He's this guy named Mr. White, and he had this like gag that he would do where he would sweep up the class. Fine, hit the fucking jewel while I'm telling the story. Jeez. My middle school teacher had this gag where in between classes there was like 5 minutes or whatever, and he would sweep up the classroom and create this little dust pile in the front of the room, like next to the door in and out of the classroom. And then once everybody sat down, he would have that broom and the little pile sitting with the door open into the hallway. And instead of sweeping it into a dustpan and like putting it in the trash, he would be like, now let's imagine that this pile is Congress. And you know what we do with Congress? We sweep it out the door. And then he would sweep the whole pile into the hallway and not clean it up and just shut the door.
Why did he hate Congress?
Because he was like this turtle-looking 80-year-old conservative dude.
What
who
did
would
he think
that
we should
government
have
was
in
good for
place of
nothing.
it?
I don't know. He was like a libertarian.
The
He
way
also
that,
used to sleep at the school.
the way that he would just like make the janitors clean up his mess.
I thought it was pretty funny, honestly.
It
like,
is
not
funny,
cleaning
but if
up the
I were
mess
the-
for the sake of
It
a
is
joke and just
funny,
throwing all
But
of your
if
dust
I
and
were the
garbage into the
custodian at that
hallway.
school, I would be so mad.
Bro, if I was a custodian at the school, I'd probably be mad anyway. Like, if some guy's getting a gag off during classroom hours and kids think it's funny, fucking almost
I think
10 years later, I think it's definitely worth it.
the turnover rates for the custodians
I
at
was
all the
12
schools
years
I've
old
been
and
to
I
have been very
remember
low. So it has to be at least a kind of okay job to have. You just have to like clean up vomit, I think.
I don't think that the turnover rate is indicative of anything by itself.
Well, do they get
How
paid
much of a
lot?
turnover rate do you think there is at like emerald mines in South Africa? Probably not much.
I don't think you compare being a custodian at an American high school with being an emerald miner in South Africa.
I think it's almost
I don't
exactly
think
the
that's
same
comparable
job.
in any way.
You know what the only difference is?
What?
Air conditioning.
I
In the mines.
I really don't think that's true.
Yeah, they have air conditioning in the mines, but the janitor, an American janitor at a private Catholic school in Baltimore,
Well,
Maryland,
I didn't go to a private Catholic school in Baltimore,
has it
Maryland.
worse than the average emerald
I'm
miner
talking
in
about
South
my
Africa.
Alabama public school.
Well, you're not talking about anything. I was telling a story.
No, I was.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was. I was in the middle of my story.
About what?
Custodians.
Okay, tell your story about custodians.
Well, I'm done
then.
now.
Okay, so it wasn't a story. You were sharing a tidbit.
No, it was a story.
You were sharing a
No,
factoid.
it was a story that you kept interrupting me in. I couldn't finish my train of thought.
Tell the whole story again, though.
But I already finished.
You didn't finish.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
did.
know what the story even was.
It's because only big-brained people understand.
I don't think that's it.
You have to be a certain type to understand the story that I just told.
Type C.
Yeah.
Hepatitis.
You know my mom had hepatitis. She also had scurvy one time.
Which hepatitis? She had scurvy.
Yeah. You remember that? I told you my mom got scurvy when she was like 25.
I forgot about that. How does somebody get scurvy?
I asked her how she got it.
She
and she
lives
said
like
she doesn't
800
know.
miles from the ocean.
I asked her, well, it's when you don't get enough vitamin C in your diet.
I know. Scurvy is like literally that, and rickets are diseases you get just from having poor nutrition.
Yeah,
if you
okay.
get that as an American living in the 20th century, there's something wrong with you.
On Sunday, November 6th, I said, didn't you get scurvy one time? And she said, yes, LOL. I said, how? And she said, I'm not sure, exclamation point.
And that was that.
So that's that. And we don't know how my mom got scurvy. But no, she got the hepatitis that's not the sexually transmitted one. And she
Well,
doesn't have it anymore.
I think there's two of them that aren't the sexually
Well, she
transmitted
had one
one,
of
right?
those. Yeah, she had one of those. She
Well,
also doesn't
I
have
don't
a
know how you
gallbladder.
get one of the other ones, but I know that I think you get Hep C because you eat food that has human shit on it.
Oh.
'Cause I had a
I
math
don't think she did that.
I had a math teacher in 8th grade whose wife got hepatitis C, and then he went on this like kind of racist tirade about Chinese people because he figured out that the place that gave his wife Hep C was a Chinese restaurant that was near my house. And he was like, yeah, when you go to a Chinese restaurant, you've really got to be careful about what you order, because sometimes they might not wash their hands when they're preparing it. It's like,
Sometimes they might not.
I don't even know, how does this have anything to do with Chinese people? Like, I'm not even 13 years old, and I know that you're saying something that's kind of
I
misleading.
bet she got it from the damn Golden Corral.
Yeah, how do you know that your wife wasn't eating shit on her own? Why are you blaming it on this hardworking Chinese family that runs the Hunan Peak?
God, the worst thing was a few months ago. Oh God, I want to throw up just thinking about it. A few months ago. So for some reason, my Reddit settings are set so that when people have like
settings.
when people have like NSFW pictures that they post, they're supposed to blur it, and then like you tap it to unblur it, right? So that you don't just like happen to see it. Well, for some reason, my settings were set so that none of the pictures are blurred ever.
Yeah, for some
like,
reason.
It was probably so I could look at fucking Reddit porn at some point. Like, I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey, why
when
would
I was
that?
like, when I was
there's
in,
no other reason
when I was
for
in
that
high
setting.
when
to
I
be
was
up.
in high school, which is when I made my Reddit account, I probably set it so that things were uncensored, so I could see the Reddit porn without having to tap on everything.
On your main account?
Yeah, I only have one Reddit account.
Oh my god.
It's not like I was
Bro,
commenting on it.
We had Paul Curtis on 2 episodes ago, and we were talking about how his Reddit
How
account...
would anybody know that I looked at Reddit porn?
He had the same Reddit account for porn and regular stuff, so he would be like commenting on Counter-Strike fucking threads.
Well, that's idiotic. I
and
never
then
commented.
He would be looking at like lesbian porn subreddits in between, like, pretty good. And then he would look at a Counter-Strike clip and be like, pretty good. It's like the same reaction to everything.
I thought you were gonna say that he got caught because he was like commenting on the porn posts.
No, he got caught by his fucking friends, and then he was like, "But I'm looking at porn, but it's not gay. It's only lesbian porn. And there's no dicks in it, so it's not gay."
It's gay porn. Which is that's not gay.
Well, it is because there's no penis.
Yeah.
He was like, looking at a penis in porn is gay. So obviously looking at lesbian porn is less gay.
I think it is.
That's 15-year-old boy logic.
But it's true.
I mean, it is probably less gay. If you're looking at two girls, I think that's objectively less gay than looking
I think it is too.
Some guys like POV porn
and
imagining
why do
it as your dick.
No, that's like so weird to me. Anyway.
That's projection.
If you scroll down in my like Reddit saved comments or something, you'd probably find one of those comments that's like just a huge list of all the good porn subreddits. I used to save those comments so I could like go back to it.
You're on like Reddit After Dark.
Yes, I was such a horn dog in high school. I'm not even kidding. But where the fuck was I going with this? Oh yeah, in my Reddit settings, it's set so that all pictures are uncensored, and I just never changed it.
Yeah.
And
well, I think mine are like that because of gore stuff.
Yeah.
My brother used to look at like r/watch people die.
I'm in I'm like in r/true crimers or something like that. And so it's like one of those true crime subreddits, and I was scrolling, boom, uncensored pictures of a grown ass man eating shit or like licking shit from a pair of panties. And when I went in the comments, they were like, it's his shit. He was eating his own shit out of underwear.
Oh, well, honestly, that makes it not as bad to me.
But guess what happened after the pictures were taken?
I think the CDC issued some, like, I don't want to say proclamation because that makes it sound like they're the Pharisees.
The proclamation.
But it was like, eating your own shit is minimally toxic to your own system.
I mean, it's just like the stuff that you already ate, right?
Yeah, well, it's waste product, but it's waste product from your own body.
Yeah.
Like if so you put it back into your system, you think if you ate a shit and then it came out the other side, would it still be the same consistency and shape, or would it be different?
I think it would still be the same because you can eat something that's the texture of shit, and your poop is still the same.
Yeah, but if you like... say that you have one shit in front of you and then you eat it, would you shit out that exact same thing, or would it get changed?
I think it would get changed. I don't think, because you have to digest it.
It's like the ship of Theseus.
Yeah, you have to digest it. I don't think it would come out the same.
If you replace every element of the shit, but it's the same shit, is it actually the same?
You're never even gonna guess why the pictures of this man eating his own shit out of a pair of panties was relevant.
Why is that? I thought you were just saying it because it was gross.
His 13-year-old son had found...
What?
His 13-year-old son found the photos. And then he, like, didn't want to see his dad anymore because, like, his parents were divorced or something. Like, he didn't want to visit his dad anymore out of nowhere.
It's like some Euphoria
Yeah,
shit.
Exactly. And he, like, stopped talking to his dad.
Except Euphoria, they made it really weird, and they gave it's like the reverse edible complex thing.
Yeah, that was weird. But, yeah, where Nate, like, is gay or something, but also, like, kind of not really. Anyway.
And his dad is gay,
yeah.
though.
And his dad is also McSteamy from Grey's Anatomy. Anyway.
Pretty much. Don't even know who that is, because I'm straight as an arrow.
The guy's son found those photos that were posted on Reddit of him eating the shit, and he didn't want to talk to him anymore. Like, he didn't say anything about it. But then he went to...
What the fuck was his son looking at that was coming up on his feed?
Well, no, he found, like, the physical copies of them. This was, like, a long time ago.
Oh, I thought he was looking at the Reddit post also.
No.
No,
he didn't find the Reddit post. You're shaming your dad,
but you were searching this up.
No, he didn't find it on the Reddit post. The Reddit post was posted because of this happening.
The kid posted the picture?
No! Let me finish my story.
Oh my god, I'm so confused.
You're literally confusing yourself. But the kid finds the photos, right? And then he doesn't see his dad for a while, and then he finally sees him, and they, like, got in some fight, and then the kid was like, well, you eat shit out of pennies. Like, trying to, like, own him or whatever. And the dad killed him.
How?
He, like, beat him over the head with something, and then, like, chopped up his body.
Oh my god.
Because he didn't want anyone to, like, ever find these photos. Well, obviously it fucking backfired because r/True Crimers is posting them.
That's literally not even a little bit funny.
I know, it's horrible. That's why I wanted you to let me finish my story.
I should have kept cutting you off. There's a comedy podcast and you're completely bringing it down with your
I'm sorry.
BuzzFeed unsolved factoids. It's not even anything about
It's not
Columbine.
unsolved, though. They solved it. But yeah, today is Columbine.
Yeah. We're on the Columbine Massacre.4emotion.com. And there's a lot of... this forum's still pretty active for being 24 years out from the initial event. It has 4,800 registered users. And it also shows you the username of the most recent person that joined the website.
Ooh.
Which is pretty cool. And there's a lot of posts talking about Adam Lanza. There's one particular one that's like, what kind of music did Adam Lanza like? And there's hardly anything underneath the actual thread, but 200 some people have looked at it.
This person also has a terrifying profile picture.
Yeah, I didn't even want to get into that. What do we not know about Columbine 4/2099? Oh my god, this is...
I think there's a lot
this is
we
so
don't
technical.
know.
There's so much lore behind it.
Lore.
But my favorite thing on this website is that they have a bunch of, like, what are you listening to? What are you watching? Like, mega threads for the people that
like,
frequent the
general. Make friends.
Like, if we go down most viewed topics, right here, it says, Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold memes. The Small Questions thread. Eric Harris. Photos of the mass murderer's weapons. Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School shooting in Parkland, Florida. Another forum member committed a murder-suicide. Forum member who committed murder... Deep breath. Forum member who committed murder-suicide. What's something about a mass shooter only you or very few people know about? And then memes and Dylan Klebold. I do want to know. Adam Lanza once asked a classmate for a cigarette in university.
That's their
Who
first
cares?
fun fact.
Who fucking cares?
This is under
He
what
asked for a cigarette. He's a normal college student. Jamal Al-Barghouti. Oh, what? The Virginia Tech shooter's cell phone is at the museum? Or is this... maybe this isn't the shooter. Maybe he's a standby. No, not Amal. Jamal Al-Barghouti. Well, maybe it won't tell you who it actually is.
He's just like a random guy.
Yeah, well, yeah. Stephen Paddock moaned and screamed, "Oh my god," in his sleep.
When?
Where are you recovering that information from? You're listening back to, like, one of those sleep
like
recording
apps.
I guess. One of those apps that you get to see if you're talking in your sleep with nobody there, and it, like, records you farting.
You're just saying that because you know that happened to me. You're making it seem like that's something you just came up with off rip, when you know that happened to me, and you're stealing content from my life.
It's not stealing content, it's called presenting.
Yes, I did download one of those apps, because I am a chronic sleep talker, and yes, I just happen to not talk in my sleep and fart all night. Okay? It's not like you don't fart all night, Mr. Fart Butt. Okay? And I got so embarrassed that I deleted the app, and I never tried it again. So.
Oh my god, I love that story. You know what else I was thinking about that was really making me laugh today at work?
What?
Those pictures that we were looking at of it's like Jason's Deli
Oh my god, where all of the food was fucking unidentifiable.
It's like people who are clearly doing something while they wait for their actual entree to show up, so they're taking pictures to upload to fucking like Google
reviews.
like Google reviews and Google Shops, whatever. And because the entrees all come from the kitchen and all they have out in the like little buffet area is their salad bar and the ice cream thing, every single picture was of the most vile, disgusting, like mishmash, mixed paint looking salad in the world. And it was like people who were putting fucking 5 hard-boiled eggs on their plate and then like mixed cold beans and spinach leaves and like beetroot and stuff like that all over it. It's disgusting. That shit was making me cry laughing. Like, I guarantee you, if anybody out there listening to this looking for something to pass 15 or 20 minutes of time, find your nearest Jason's Deli, look at the Google reviews, and just scroll through all the pictures of these disgusting... Like, I don't even know if you could call them salads at that point. It's just like...
It's like pig slop.
It is. It's like a trough slop that these people are piling onto their plate voluntarily. And because it's from a salad bar, you know that they're picking all those ingredients. Like, I'm not convinced that every single person who is uploading a photo there could be doing a bit where it's like, oh, look at my disgusting food. I think some people are actually just eating 5 hard-boiled eggs and the worst purple salad that you can that money can buy.
Fruit salad. Yummy, yummy. Did you watch The Wiggles as a child?
I think it was long enough ago that I don't even really remember.
I used to love The Wiggles.
Didn't you go to one of their concerts?
No, that was Kirby. Kirby went to a Wiggles concert and got really scared, apparently. I think.
Scared of a what, though?
I don't know, probably like all the noise and lights. Maybe that big fucking octopus thing.
The big octopus thing?
Yeah. They had like an octopus friend.
Do they all just like stand in a line behind each other like the Vitruvian Man, and it makes all the kids in the audience think it's an octopus?
No, look it up. It's a real octopus. Well, it's not a real octopus.
I
but
know
it's like
what
a
the
guy in an
Vitruvian
octopus
Man
suit.
looks like.
No, I mean look up the Wiggles octopus.
Does he look any... Oh, do you remember the thing where it was the animated show and it's the octopus and he was named Oswald and he had all of his friends and there were games on PBS?
Yeah, I do.
What was that called?
Probably Oswald the Octopus. If I had to guess.
Okay, talk for a second.
Well, what do you want me to say?
Anything. Talk.
Okay. Michael's looking up this. I took off my glasses so I can't see what he's looking up, but he's using Google for something.
Oswald the Octopus.
Is that not what I said?
One season of animation from 2001.
Look up the
on
Wiggles octopus.
No, I'm more interested in this. Fred Savage. Oh, I just clicked on his name because I thought he would be related to Fred Durst, but I think I'm maybe just stupid.
What? Do you think everyone named Fred is related?
Yo! The lady who played Daisy in this show, her name is Crystal Scales.
That's an awesome name.
That is really awesome. I wonder if she ever moved weight.
Moved weight.
Debbie Derryberry, David L. Lander, J. Grant Albrecht, Darren Norris. Lorraine Newman. Why does everyone have like this
Is
crazy
this a fucking
ass...
Canadian show?
Maybe, I don't know. Had 26 episodes. It was broadcast on Noggin.
Oh, you remember Noggin?
No.
It was like the
No,
kids' Nickelodeon.
it's from the US and the UK.
Debbie Derryberry. Oh yeah, Weenie. Weenie is a wiener dog.
Oswald is always willing to go out of his way to help his friends.
His favorite hobbies are playing the piano and singing.
I know that there was some like game associated with this show that I used to really like a lot.
I
But
used to have
I can't
the Spy
remember-
Kids Game Boy game. That was fun.
There was just something so like it gave me the
he's so
ASMR
cute.
feeling before I knew what ASMR was.
Yeah, it
By,
like, gave you the tingles.
You would click on this octopus and he would go like blah or something. He would like make some noise
Yeah.
and then you click on this wiener dog and it would bark.
Do you remember the Boobah's
And
website?
Yeah. The Boobah's website is crazy as fuck.
It is
That's like
crazy.
the second episode we talked about the Boobah website and how
Really?
it's like kind of this indecipherable labyrinth of
Dude.
games that don't make any sense and have no directions or English
When
text anywhere.
when I was
It's a British TV show and they don't use words like at all.
when
It's just
I
like a
was
bunch of
when I was a very young child, I was obsessed with the Boobah's website. I would literally spend like hours just looking at it and like clicking on everything.
It's a bunch of games that don't do anything.
Well, does it still exist?
What? Yeah.
Can we look at it?
Yeah, I think if I go into the podcast links, it's somewhere in my notes.
Because now
You just talk while I
Because
look
now
for
I'm
it.
trying to see some Boobah website.
Yeah, it's called the Boobah
I'm trying to
Zone.
see some boobahs and some ass and some.
I'm trying to see some boobahs and some titties. I saw you choke.
Don't be funny while I'm hitting the weed pen.
Oh my god. Look
Look.
at how laggy it is.
It's from like 2000, so it kind of makes sense.
Well, no, I think it's because it's on the
It's
Internet
it's
Archive.
actually giving Furby.
But it's just like a bunch of... It's like a big swirl in the middle with a box that when you hover over the
thought of
swirl,
this
it
shit?
opens up the box and there's a trampoline inside. And then there's a bunch of bubbles that just float around that are one of 3 colors. And if you click on them, it goes to a different game. But they're not even really games. It's just like you click and you move them closer to the center and then they spin way faster and go away. And then it's something completely different.
I think it's awesome. Well, it makes sense that this show was like kind of surreal because it's for toddlers. Like it's for kids who can't even read.
Like, they're not even games. I don't understand how
They're
to
just
play.
like little stims. I like it.
Oh, it is kind of like a stimming website, I guess.
It's like a sensory. It's like a
this-
sensory thing.
It's like a sensory toy you can play with your mouth.
Yeah, exactly.
But at that point, why not just play a video game?
Well, because it's for toddlers who don't
'Cause,
have that kind of coordination.
Is it for toddlers, though?
Yeah.
I feel like I was a grown man on this website.
Well, that's an experience unique to you. I
Like,
think.
look at this. You open it up, and it's a million of the same color boobah that are doing fractal
I think it's awesome.
enclosures.
Oh, you know what I want to play really bad right now?
I don't know.
Legend of Zelda Wind Waker.
I've never played it. I've never played any of the Legend of Zelda games.
That's insane.
I liked the Mario games that were on the Wii, like the new Super Mario Bros. For Wii. I played the shit out of that game, and I don't even know if I ever beat it.
It was the one where they have the cat suits.
No, it's the one that introduced the propeller suit. I
Oh.
don't think the cat suit was even in it. It was like the one that came out for the Wii in probably like 2007 and 2008.
The one I'm
is
talking
the
about.
main Wii Mario game.
The
where
one
it was
that
like
I'm talking
the
about.
whole thing was that you shake the
Yeah,
Wiimote
yeah,
to do the
yeah.
propeller, and it makes you go up, and
The-
that was like how they integrated motion controls.
The one
or
that I'm
whatever.
thinking of was on the Wii U.
I know. I didn't own a Wii U.
We had like
I
every
was-
console because as soon as a new console would come out, Carter would go to GameStop like the day that it came out and like wait in line to get it like every time.
I was never a person like that.
Or my grandparents would get it for
I think
him for
I got a
Christmas or
Wii
birthday or
like
whatever.
2 years after it came out, and I
Really?
just played like fucking Lego Indiana Jones and Super Smash Brothers Brawl by myself all the time.
God, I remember the
And
day
then I
that
had
we
an-
got a Wii.
And then I had an Xbox 360.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I remember I found out what a Wii even was because I went to this kid's house, which I'm going to say his full name right now because I'm not convinced that he's listening or anybody who cares is listening. His name is Ryan Molinar, lived in Lutherville, or maybe not Lutherville, I think he lived in maybe like Hydes, Maryland, but Ryan Molinar. He had a little brother named Ethan Molinar. And they were
He's
the same.
dropping government names.
That's fine. My full name is Michael Fenlon right now. Everybody, I've already talked about where my hometown is in Bel Air, Maryland. I went to school at St. John the Evangelist in Hydes, Maryland. That's where I met this kid, Ryan Molinar, and Ethan Molinar, who's the same age as me and my brother. And we went over there, or I think maybe just I went over there. I was playing the Mario Kart Wii. Like the first time that I
Yeah.
figured out what a Wii even was, I was like 6 or 7 years old. And I left, and it was like all that I could think about was the Wii and the
You
fact
were
that
entranced.
they had that and an Xbox with
Uh-huh.
like Halo 3 ODST. And I've never played a Halo game by myself, but whenever I would go over to other people's houses after that, I would be like, "Oh, you've got Halo 3
I've
ODST?
never played Halo."
That's the best one!" And I don't know anything about it. I would just lie to people, make
That's
me
so
seem cool.
cute,
It's like,
though.
ODST is the best one, bro. I
bet
don't even
there's-
know what it stands
I bet there's
for.
someone out there who agrees with you.
I think there's a lot of people that agree with me because I grifted that opinion off of people that actually
Who
know
actually
what they're
played
talking
Halo.
about.
I've never played Halo because we were like a Nintendo family. So one of my fake eyelashes is stuck to the bottom of your beer can, so please take it off.
No, I put it there on purpose.
Oh, okay, my bad.
I was trying to give it a little flair.
We were like a Nintendo family, so we never had an Xbox. Well, when I got a little bit older, like not when I was a little kid, but when I got a little older, we got a PS3, and that was the main console we had other than our Wii U.
I never owned a PlayStation in my life.
Carter had a,
PlayStation was literally like a rich kid thing to me. It was like, that looks like technology that fucking Iron Man has
to
in
me,
his lair.
Xbox was the rich kid thing. Because we had a PS3.
No, I know it wasn't the rich kid thing because my parents were fucking cheapskates and they bought me the Xbox and not the PlayStation.
But we would play this game called Ni no Kuni like all the time. It was such a good game, and like I think
I've
about
heard
it all
Reddit
the time.
nerds talk about it, but I don't know anything
We would
about it.
when I was like a real little kid, like 8 or 9. We would all sit in the living room, like my whole family, like both of my parents and all my siblings. My dad would be the one like actually playing, or him or Carter. And they would do the voices for all of the characters, and they would like make up a different voice for
Is it
every
like a visual
character.
novel?
Yeah, kind of, but I mean, it has a lot of gameplay in it. But they would make up. Even my mom would get in on it sometimes. Like if there was a girl character, they would like make up a voice for every single character. And still in my head when I think about the characters,
They were
voice
doing
that
just
they
like
have.
ensemble
Yes,
audiobook reading.
the voice that they had. Well, they did that for like every game. Like when we would play like Mario and Legend of Zelda, my dad and Carter would make up all the voices.
That's so
and
awesome
read
'cause
everything out loud.
I don't think that my mom could even navigate any game console in the world.
No,
Like,
my mom
you know
wasn't
how
that into
ubiquitous
it.
it's like the A button
Mm-hmm.
always takes you to like the next thing. That's like
Yeah.
hitting the enter key on a keyboard. People that are 30 years older than me understand that concept. My mom has no clue.
Your mom is a freaking Luddite.
She is. My mom
She was
is
sharing
a
Tumblr text
neo-Luddite.
posts on Instagram today.
Was she? Mm-hmm. Oh my god, you gotta pull that up.
Or she just shared one.
She went to some
It was about
concert.
toast or something.
She went to some concert that my dad was like poking fun at. She went to Godsmack.
Yeah.
She went to a Godsmack concert in fucking like the Eastern Shore of Maryland or Delaware. My dad was like, "Who the fuck goes to a Godsmack concert in 2022?"
Your dad just rips on her for anything he possibly can.
I don't think he even does. My dad is generally pretty nice to my mom. Like, I think that he has the same thing that I do, where it's like, you're willing to give people the benefit of the doubt for a lot of stuff that isn't, like, really valid. Mm-hmm. But the Godsmack concert in 2022,
I don't even know anything about Godsmack. I don't know what the significance of that is.
I don't really either, but I'm just trusting
Isn't
his
it metal?
judgment. I don't know. In my mind, they're like kind of the same thing as the people that who made Drive? Incubus.
Incubus? Well,
They're
Incubus
like the same kind of musical movement in my mind, but I don't know if that's even
Incubus
true.
is fucking awesome.
Yeah,
I would
Incubus is
love
cool.
to go to an Incubus concert. They have some really good songs.
They better put up like Surf's Up
Oh my
audio
God.
visual stuff going on. They've got Shia LaBeouf's voice lines in the middle of the song.
I will never understand why they put that song in that movie.
Because it's fucking good and the movie is cool.
It is good. It's a really good song. Like, I listen to it almost daily. I won't even lie.
I used to like it. My brother had like a sick day or something. I was the only one driving to and from school. I would listen to that song and I would like sing along and let a manly tear drop
Why
from my
was a
eye.
tear dropping from your eye? It's not a sad song.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of melancholy.
I guess. I've never really thought of it as a song that I would cry to, though.
I don't know. I have a brain that's stupid about lyrics, though.
Yeah.
Like-
Yeah, you don't care about lyrics.
It's not even that I don't care. It's like I can't process. Like, I learned 2 days ago what the lyrics are to a song that I had like 460 plays last year.
Oh my god. You know the lyrics to Everything She Wants.
Yeah, I do. I think I probably played that song like 200 times this year. I'm that guy that figures out Everything She Wants by Wham in 2023. And I'm like running the 45 drive because I've been playing it so much.
Oh my god.
That's a lie. I'm not a vinyl guy.
No,
I
you're
can't.
not.
I can't lie to the viewers.
I'm a CD person. Personally. I've never been a vinyl person.
CDs are awesome. I'm trying to turn myself into a movie person.
Yeah,
I want to be
I'm
the
a
kind of
movie
guy that
person.
buys a lot of DVDs.
Yeah. I still want you to watch Mysterious Skin.
I don't.
But-
Isn't that the one about the kid that gets raped by his baseball
Yes, it is.
coach? I don't like saying that word.
Yeah, I know. You didn't have to say it.
It's okay. I drank the double hazy IPA. That's what it takes to get me to be able to say rape. Is
Oh my
drinking a
God.
double IPA.
But it's a really good movie. You just need to watch it alone. I don't want to watch it with you.
Okay, well, that's fine. You can hate me if you want.
No, it's just...
Is Movie Pass still a thing? Did you ever know what Movie Pass was?
What is Movie Pass?
It's like that thing that was going around like 2 or 3 years ago where you could pay this like monthly fee and then when you went to the movie theater they would just let you into any movie you want because you had like a card or something. So as long as you saw like 5 or 6 movies a month, it would pay for itself.
Yeah.
And if that still existed, I would literally be going to 2 movies a day every single day.
Are you for real? You work from like 10 to 6 every day.
Okay, well, you don't have to totally blow up my spot, my work schedule, bro.
Okay, I'm sorry.
And it's not even true. I worked like a little bit less than that because even though I work for a living, I work 35 hours a week and act like it's backbreaking labor. I act like I can't possibly fit anything more into my schedule.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I think I'm kind of a movie person. Yo, we should get on the AMC A list.
Is that what they were talking about when we
Yeah.
saw the Mario movie the other day?
That was yesterday, right?
I don't even know. I was talking with my boss
that
about
was
that, and he was
yesterday.
like, "Yeah, I took my 5-year-old stepdaughter to go see that, and it was the first time she had ever been in a movie theater." And she
Oh
was,
my god!
she was running around. And she was like, "There's hardly anybody in here." I don't want to say his name because she doesn't call him like stepdad or
Yeah,
whatever.
she
just
calls him
called
by his name.
And she was like, "There's hardly anybody in here," and she was like kind of talking really loud. He was like, "Shh, just like come back, come watch the movie." And she was like, "I'm scared of the Shy Guys." And she was like talking really loud and pointing at the screen when the lightning goes off and they like show the silhouettes of them or whatever.
When they're capturing Luigi.
She was like,
Spoilers.
"Bowser's scary.
Aww.
He breathes fire."
That was literally me when we were watching the movie.
I know, you took one rip off the weed pen and you were completely freaking out about, like, "Oh my god, he's getting in the Mario Kart."
Stop. It was fucking cool.
"Oh my god, that's literally Donkey Kong."
But it's because that movie was fucking good.
The movie isn't that good. I think that the story is kind of lackluster. It's a really fun movie. I'm not gonna hate on it.
I really enjoyed it.
I really enjoyed it too. I'm not gonna hate on it, but I think it's really funny that movie is a lot of just like the Leonardo DiCaprio point at the screen like, "I know what that is" kind of thing.
But it works because I was doing that the whole time.
I know, because it's the first time that they actually had the technology to make a Mario movie look like the way that Mario Party 9 looks.
There was a sore
10
lack of
years
Zelda
ago.
references, though. Sore lack of Daisy and Yoshi, also.
No, there was Yoshi's in there.
But there wasn't Yoshi, like the Yoshi.
They need to make a Luigi's Mansion movie. I think.
That's what I'm thinking. That's my train of thought as well.
It would be really cool to see Charlie Day, like, it would be awesome if they made it like rated R and he was saying a lot of racist stuff about.
Oh my god!
They like made up slurs.
Why
for the
would he be
ghosts
saying
or something.
racist stuff?
Because they did. The first episode of Always Sunny is called "The Gang Gets Racist."
I know, but...
Don't call me out for the one being the guy that points. Whatever. I'm giving up on this. You can have the win. I forfeit, whatever. I made some kind of misstep and I started speaking in an accent that wasn't my own, and now I'm completely giving up on the bit entirely.
Well, that was easy. I didn't even have to do any fighting.
Whatever. They'll make it a kids movie. There's nothing racist about it. Luigi's Mansion is fine.
Are you okay?
It'll just be normal. Okay? The movie will just be normal. There won't be anything racist in it, I guess.
Your roommate is probably like, "Shut the fuck up."
Bro, when I was talking about my roommate, my dad was tweaking because I was like, "Yeah, I have a roommate named Freddie that's foreign, but I don't know what kind." And he thought that was the funniest thing ever. That I described it as not knowing what kind of foreign he was.
Well,
and then in that same conversation, he was talking about how he wants to be friends with black people that let him say the N-word because he wants to be part of the club. And his, like, girlfriend and you were like, "I don't know. I don't... Like, you're not allowed to say that." And I was completely on his side. Like, "Yeah, I know what you're getting at. Like, you don't want to say the N-word in a racist way, but, like, if there's somebody that lets you say it as like a friendly thing, that'd be pretty cool." And he was like, "Yeah, like I just want to be in on the club." Like
the only thing that saves this is knowing that you wish that were true and that you don't actually say it.
No, of course not. But I don't think my dad actually says it either because he's a very like professional kind of guy. But I think it's very funny that he desperately wants to be like a white boy adopted by a black friend group that lets him say the N-word.
Oh my God.
He wants to be like a King Cruel looking redhead white guy that black guys love because they're like the only Irish white dude in their friend group. Have you ever seen that phenomenon where it's like it'll be like 3 or 4 black dudes on TikTok that have this one friend.
On what website?
On TikTok. Stop fighting me for the jewel. You can't hear me talking.
On what website?
It'll be like a
4 black dudes and 1 little white guy on what website?
Yeah, it's 4 black dudes and fucking Piper Perry on the TikTok application. No. It's 4 black dudes and a guy that looks exactly...
4 black dudes and you on the couch?
Yeah, it's 4 black dudes on the couch, and I'm doing the lotus position. I have a white t-shirt on, and I have braces, and I have blonde pigtails, and my eyebrows are going up like this.
Blonde hair.
And my eyebrows are going up, and I look like I'm belonging to Thomas the Tank Engine universe, and I became sentient so that people can run a train on me, and I think it's really ironic because of the language usage there. You're hilarious.
I am.
But my dad just wants to be the guy that looks like fucking Archie King Cruel with all the red hair and the freckles that like black dudes love to have be a part of their little friend group. Like I don't feel like I'm speaking out of turn when I say like that if you're the only white guy in a friend group and you've got the white hair and the freckles and you look, or not the white hair, the red hair and the freckles and like it almost translucent kind of like Celtic skin. Like if you look like the guy who runs the Celtic civilization or the girl who runs the Celtic civilization in Civ 5, you are like the beloved white guy friend of a group of black guys.
And how do you know this? Also, what is this cookout drink that you have?
You know what I'm talking about?
What drink did you get from cookout?
It's unsweet tea. Hold on. I'll pull up Civ 5 Celtic. Look. Who is the leader here?
So just like that one WWE wrestler, Sheamus?
No, well maybe. I don't know that much about the WWE. Boudica.
What?
Boudica? Boudicca was this lady who apparently speaks Welsh. That was like the leader of the Celts in Civ 5, and she's got a bunch of those crazy tattoos that the Romans made fun of them for when they got there. Because they were like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, they get there and they're fully in armor, like iron swords. They can build bridges and aquifers and aqueducts and like real infrastructure, and it's like a bunch of people hitting tin things against rocks and praying to spiral gods. I think that's awesome.
We've been talking for almost an hour and a half.
Oh, yeah. Well, we can wrap it up a little bit here, because I think we had planned to take a break in the middle, and then we didn't. And I kind of have to pee.
And I want to shop on Depop.
All right. Well, my girlfriend's womanly desires are getting the best of her.
My shopping urges. The voices, the fucking voices.
It's like a heroin addict wakes up in the morning and they have no money and they have to go find a way to make $40 to buy a couple bags of smack.
I want to eat Cadbury mini eggs.
Yeah, she wakes up in the morning and eats fucking chocolate bought 90% off after the Easter sale, and then shops on a website where she doesn't have the money to buy anything, and then spends the rest of the day trying to make it back doing odd jobs, Mythbuster style.
Why do you just read me like that?
Because it's good content. It's pretty funny. I mean, I don't know. If you really wanted to get into it, you could probably say something about me being like, I talk a big talk, and then I'd work 35 hours a week and spend half my money on weed and Diary of a Wimpy Kid style books. It's like, oh my god.
I could say a lot about you, but it's all positive.
I'm running myself ragged. I'm working myself to the bone, and it's like I spent $35 on buying sparkling water that tastes like a creamsicle. And
You also don't
Diary of a Wimpy
You also
Kid
don't
novel.
even do that much when you're at work. You actively avoid trying to do anything while you're at work.
I act like my life is really hard, and then I listen to like 7 podcasts in a day and do maybe 3.5 hours worth of real work, and I act like it's the worst thing in the world.
I'm glad you're having this reflection time.
It's not reflection time. I know that that's the reality of my situation. It just sucks.
I really want to eat some
If I lived in
eggs.
France, I would be working fucking 5 hours overtime. I think.
What?
I don't know. I stayed 30 minutes late today and it's completely screwed up my brain function. I worked an extra 31 minutes and it's thrown off my whole week. You gotta say something.
I can't.
We can't have a podcast with
can't.
dead air. I'm gonna
I
have to.
can't.
I might have to cut out your audio track,
Okay.
which is really hard because we're
I'm
recording off the
sorry.
same mic. It's gonna take me hours of my time to just mute you.
I don't think you want to do that.
No, I don't think I even really know how to do that.
Can you add like a little
rely
Hatsune
on me.
Miku song in here?
I
Like
can
right
probably-
here. Wait. Shh. Right here.
You're very polite.
All right.
Add a
I
little,
guess
add a little clip of a Hatsune Miku
I
song.
added a 3-second clip of Hatsune Miku in that silence right there. I could maybe add something to the beginning of it and just leave that silence alone because it's really annoying to edit the middle of the podcast, but it's whatever. We didn't even get into the content we had prepared for this
know,
episode.
but I'm done with
I have
this now.
I have this whole book by Barney Stinson called
Oh
The
my
Bro
god.
Code.
Well, we have to do another episode.
Yeah.
Or you
Well,
can do it with Nathan.
Next episode.
I don't think I was a very good co-host.
No, I think you were good. Don't get down on yourself, or you actually won't be back on the show.
Your Joel just spit in my mouth.
Okay, well, it's definitely your fault. No, I thought you were a fine host. We got some good
Fine.
the British way. Mm-hmm. You were a lovely, wonderful co-host sent by angels and God.
Yeah. That's exactly what I
fairy
wanted to
of
hear.
Cherry blossoms
As
and rose
as
petals
as a
and
reward for being so sweet.
honeysuckle. I think you did actually make it spit up on you because
As a
this shit
reward.
is leaking.
As a reward for being so sweet, I'm gonna make our Sims have sex.
Okay, well, I'm definitely cutting out that out of the podcast because you're a complete weirdo. Don't do that, you freak.
Oh, so you don't want our Sims to have sex?
No, I'm pretty much asexual, like
Oh, that reminds me, I have to
One of those
re-download all my
butterflies.
mods.
one of those butterflies that I don't think that actually exists. I was going to say one of those butterflies that reproduces asexually, but I'm pretty sure that's not a real thing. And that's just something I made
couldn't
up
tell
that
ya.
I was having a dream about or something.
You had a dream about asexual butterflies. That's your dream.
Yeah, because if you fuck them, they just make more of themselves.
If
It's not
you
like
fuck
I'm
them?
involved. Yeah, well, in this
You-
scenario, I was as small as an inchworm.
Okay. Well, I love all my fans.
All my fans.
I love all my fans and all
my fans.
All my fans and all my
All
listeners.
mine.
All my listeners.
No, say mine. Say you love
right,
all
I'm
your
gonna
fans.
I'm gonna go play Sims now.
No, you can't leave until you admit that it's not your fans and it's mine.
Okay, fine. It's not my fans. It's mine.
No, say it's not my fans. It's Michael's.
It's not my fans. It's Michael's.
That's right. All right. Football for Dogs worldwide. She's leaving. I think this is probably it. We're going to call it here. Thank you, everybody, for listening. It's been a good episode. We'll catch you next week on Sunday again. Probably, or not Sunday, on Wednesday with me and Nathan. Maybe a surprise guest. We'll have to see. Smell you later. Peace out.